In the fall of 1998, I was building a fishing website called Worldwide Angler out of my spare bedroom from our house in Easton, Maryland. I'd been at it for 2 years. It was time to raise some money. I knew the lay of the land of the fishing world, but I didn't know the venture capital world. And at that point, getting in front of someone from Sequoia Capital, the firm behind Apple, Cisco, Google, NVIDIA, and many other well-known technology companies, wasn't something that was going to happen through my immediate circle. But Mark knew someone. Mark was someone who I knew from college. He was a senior when I was a freshman. Not a close friend, not a business partner, just someone I had talked to because he lived in the same town and who knew we were building a startup. And he just happened to know a guy named Tom, a recently retired managing partner from Sequoia, who it just so happens had been using our fishing site because he was a big fisherman. Mark made one email introduction between two people who moved in completely different worlds. And a few days later, Tom knocked on my front door. We'll finish the story in episode 6 of this Build Your Network series. The point in telling you the beginning of the story is that Mark, the guy who made the introduction, wasn't in my inner circle. He was an alum of my college, someone I knew but not well. And that's precisely why he could open a door my closest contacts couldn't. He was connected to a world I did not have a direct path into. That's not luck. That's how networks work when you recognize all the people you know. So far in the Build Your Network series, we've established that networking is an investment, your network is one of your most valuable assets, and that the groups you already belong to are the networks most people never think to tap. Today, we're breaking down the 3 types of relationships every strong network needs, and why missing even one of them puts a ceiling on what your network can do for you. Let's go back again to the author David Nour of Relationship Economics. He breaks down your relationships into 3 distinct categories. Think of them as people you know, the people who work with you, and the people who can change everything for you. The people you know are your personal connections. Your gym crew, your golf group, your neighbors, the people from your alumni network, your place of worship, your kids' teams. Nobody managing an impression or protecting a relationship for future use. Just people who know you as a human. These are the marks of your world. People operating in different circles who can bridge gaps your professional contacts never could. Most people don't think of these as network assets. They're often your most valuable ones. The people you work with, they are your functional connections, colleagues, clients, suppliers, industry peers. Most people build these naturally because work forces you into them. The problem is most people stop here and call it a network. If everyone you know works in the same industry, moves in the same circles, and goes to the same conferences, you all have access to the same information and the same opportunities. That's not a network. That's an echo chamber. And the third group, the people who can change everything for you, are your strategic relationships. The handful of people who can accelerate your goals in ways that would take years on your own. Tom was that for me. We'll go deep on how to identify and build these in episode 6. For now, just know, most people never deliberately build them, and that gap is expensive. Here's where the science makes this impossible to ignore. A 1973 study published in the American Journal of Sociology titled The Strength of Weak Ties by Stanford sociologist Mark Granovetter surveyed 282 professionals on how they found their jobs. His finding was counterintuitive. Casual acquaintances, weak ties, were significantly more useful than close contacts in opening new opportunities. The reason is simple. Your close contacts already know what you know. They move in the same circles, hear the same information, and have access to the same rooms. Your weak ties, the Mark-level relationships, the college roommate you check in with once a year, the person you met at a conference and stayed loosely connected with, those people are plugged into entirely different worlds, different information, different opportunities, and different doors. Granovetter's research has held up for over 50 years and accumulated nearly 70,000 citations across sociology, economics, and business. The conclusion is consistent. A network diverse in its reach consistently outperforms one that's deep but narrow. The fishing acquaintance you haven't thought about in 6 months might be the most productive contact you have. You just haven't needed them yet. So here's the honest diagnostic for you to go through. 1 question per type. Number 1, personal relationships. Are you showing up consistently for the communities you're already a part of? The gym, the alumni group, the neighborhood, or just passing through them? Number 2, functional relationships. Does your professional network stretch beyond your own industry, or are you circulating among the same people with the same knowledge? And number 3, your strategic relationships. Can you name 3 people right now who could genuinely accelerate your most important goal? If not, that's the gap to start closing. Most people answer the first 2 questions honestly and find they've been coasting. Most people answer the third and come up with a blank. That blank space is where the next level and opportunities of your network lives. Here's your move this week. Audit all 3 types of relationships. Write down 3 names in each category: personal, functional, and strategic. For each category where you struggle to find 3 names, that's your signal. You don't have a network problem, you have a type problem, and now you know exactly where to focus. In the next episode, we get into what you're actually depositing into these relationships and what it looks like when the account runs dry. Remember to grab the Build Your Network workbook in the link in the show notes so that you can work through all of these questions from all the episodes. Your move.